ahead for Jacksonville State Volleyball. A huge weekend coming up. Friday night at Morehead State leads the East Division of the OVC. And then Saturday, an early morning match at Eastern Kentucky. They'll get started at 11 a.m. Central Time. And that one, I'll say bittersweet weekend for you last weekend. I thought Belmont played extremely well. You were not at your best Friday night in the match against them. Then you come back, and then you blitzed a very good Tennessee State squad. Beat them in straight sets Saturday night.
Yeah, that's about the best way to say it. Belmont's had our number since they coming in the conference. This last weekend was about the best we've played. Two deuce set matches. That second set got away from us a little bit, but we saw some things that we liked in those two sets, which is good because we're going to see them again. But then to turn it around and really play well Saturday night was nice to see. It was encouraging.
How important, it's a long way to go, but Morehead's 6-0, got a 2-game lead. You're in second place in the division. How important is that match Friday night against them? So. I think we want still a long way to go.
Yes, absolutely. We're going to win. There's no question about that. But if we drop that match, it's not the end of the world. Morehead's beaten a lot of people. They're going to beat a lot of people. But we want to play well. We've had some epic battles with them in the last 2 years, and so all our conference matches are important, but not the end of the world for us. If we drop that one.
Play them at their place Friday night. About an hour and a half drive. Morehead to Richmond. You have an earlier match on Saturday, so it's a quick.
No, it's early. You can say early. It's early. Unusual for us to play that early, but I think they've got a football game or something going on. I don't know. We don't care. We show up and play. We do our business and get on the bus and come home.
Do you match up well with both of those teams on this trip?
Yes, absolutely. The interesting thing about Morehead is that they're typically they'll have a couple big players, but won't move incredibly well. But they are so disciplined as a team. They know what they do. They know who they are. They don't. I was just watching them on video. They don't make hardly any sort of silly errors, and they play composed. And so, typically, what happens is teams that play them, they just lose their patience. You're playing well, and all of a sudden you start to press, and then they got you. And so, it's a great matchup for us because we play that same style. We're going to be patient. We're going to hit a lot of balls. We're going to dig a lot of balls. And we focus and sort of rely on our ball control. And so that'll be two areas going into this weekend with both of these teams that we feel is a strength for us. And we pass the ball really well, and so we're going to be in every match that we play.
Got to visit with Kelly Cole. She's this week's OVC Defensive Player of the Week. Talk about her being one of your two seniors and what she means to your squad this year.
To sort of put it in perspective, we had to date, we've had one, sort of poor match this year, and that was 2 weekends ago at SEMO. And not coincidentally, Kelly Cole had food poisoning the night before. I can't say enough about her. Her leadership, her composure, her dedication, her commitment, her heart, and that's everything off the volleyball court. Excuse me. One of the best passers and servicers that I've worked with ever. Defensively, we put her in a spot, and then we say, Kelly's be a volleyball player. I don't care how hard that ball gets hit at her. More often than not, it's coming up. And so we absolutely would not be where we are right now without Kelly and Abby, our two senior captains.
All right. Good luck on the road trip. Safe travels.
Thank you, sir.
Jacksonville State on the road Friday, at Morehead State Saturday morning at Eastern Kentucky. And again, you can follow all the action at JSUGamecocksports.com. Jacksonville State important road trip coming up for the volleyball team as they head to what is called Death Valley by some of the places in the OVCs. They make the trek to Morehead State and to Eastern Kentucky. First stop, Morehead State on Friday night, and then Saturday morning at Eastern Kentucky up in Richmond, Kentucky. We visit with Kelly Cole, who is this week's Ohio Valley Conference Defensive Player of the Week. Congratulations, big honor for you.
Thank you.
First time in your career, I guess.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
37 digs in the two matches, I think was what you had. Friday night, Belmont, and then Saturday at Tennessee State.
Yeah.
Friday night's match you probably want to forget. Saturday was a whole lot better, wasn't it, against
Yes.
Tennessee State?
Well, and it's funny too because Tennessee State actually beat Belmont in 3. Then we lost to Belmont in 3, and then we beat Tennessee State in 3. So that's just the thing about the OVC though, is that especially in volleyball. I don't really know about other sports, but volleyball, anybody can beat anybody on any given day.
Everybody's just pretty much evenly matched.
It's just an incredibly athletic conference, and so.
Belmont, saw that match Friday night. I thought they were probably a game, maybe I don't know if they could play any better, based on what I saw.
Yeah, I mean, they showed up to play. Their season was on the line. And we knew that going in, and, you know, they showed up, and frankly, we didn't. And we learned our lesson, and we learned that lesson at SEMO. So it took 2 matches, but then the next night, you know, that was our match. We knew we needed to win it, so to stay in it. So
Everything clicked perfectly just about against Tennessee State.
Yeah.
And usually they're one of the more athletic teams in the league, aren't they?
Oh, definitely. They were incredibly athletic this year. They have 2 girls that I was really impressed with. I mean, they went up and they jump out of the gym. We know that. We know how athletic they are. I think the biggest thing was on our side, we didn't worry about them. We worried about our side. And that's like a big thing for our team is we don't need to worry about who's on the other side of the net. As long as we're doing what we need to do, then we'll win. So.
Big road trip, Morehead State 6-0. You're right behind them 4-2 in the league, and you and Abby Heredia, the 2 seniors, you're looking for your first win over Morehead State since you've been here, right?
Yeah. I think last year we almost had him. Ryan, our graduate assistant, constantly reminds us that a free ball is what lost the match for us, and we've been practicing a lot of free balls this week, so I think we'll be prepared. But I think it's just going in, like I said, and focusing on us. I mean, they are an incredibly gifted team and incredibly talented, and they are really well coached. But I think that's the biggest thing is they don't do anything particularly special. It's really all they just play really well together as a team. And so as long as we can play really well together as a team, then I think I'm going into that match expecting to win.
The matchups, you think you match up well with them?
I think so. I know they have a really big right side that she's got a pretty heavy arm, but we've been practicing, especially our middle and right side defense this week. That's been a big focus for us because we feel like that's where we need to improve. So hopefully that preparation will prepare us for this weekend.
And EKU won't be easy there. And that's an early, you play Friday night at Morehead and then make that hour-and-a-half trip and play early Saturday morning, I think, 11 o'clock Saturday morning?
Yeah. Hopefully we're prepared for that because we played early in the morning during preseason. So that shouldn't be waking up early. That shouldn't be that weird for us. Another thing is, I mean, they're good. They've been kind of inconsistent at some points, but they beat teams. You know, they killed Eastern Illinois, and I shouldn't say killed, but I'm friends with one of the girls on EKU's team. Her and I played high school volleyball together, so she was telling me about the game. But I mean, they're a very talented team as well. So we're not just focused on Morehead; we're focused on EKU also.
All right, I mentioned you were the OVC Defensive Player of the Week. I got to looking. You had 37 digs in a match a couple of years ago, your sophomore season, and another match you had 30. So for this season, you haven't gotten to 30. So. Is that a goal to try to get to 30 or even best your career mark of 37?
Put me on the spot. Yeah, I mean, when I go into a game, I'm not really thinking about, I'm going to get this many digs this game. Coach and I have actually had like a conversation yesterday about when you're playing defense, part of it is like the game coming to you, and that's part of my problem is I get antsy. So I want to play every ball, and I think obviously it's always a goal. You always want to average 5 to 6 digs a game, but I think that's the great thing about our team is every single person on our team can play defense. So I trust every single person. So if a dig or a ball goes behind me, I know someone's there to back me up. So obviously I hope some point maybe I'll get up there. I don't know. But
you are 5th in the OVC right now, so that is very good. Good luck this weekend. Get that first win over Morehead in your career.
Thank you.
Kelly Cole, Jacksonville State volleyball. They're on the road this weekend again. They play Friday evening at Morehead State, Saturday morning at Eastern Kentucky. Follow all the action at JSU GamecockSports.com.